I have contemplated telling this story for a really long time, but I'm just gonna go out and say it. I have really bad anger issues. Wow, I'm saying something that I feel like everybody already knows. I'm preaching to the choir, aren't I? I know. Everybody has those moments where they just want to say F the world and flip a table, but let me tell you. It's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like I had the best way to explain it at the same time. So, as far as I can remember, even back when I was like 5 years old, I don't even know if this memory is correct. I don't have like a specific memory when I was 5, but I just know that it was a really young age. I threw tantrums. And yes, it's common for kids that age to throw tantrums, but this never stopped. Outside of my lack of the ability to read at a quick speed, the school thought there was something wrong and put me in special classes because of it. Now, I don't want to categorize myself as what kind of special student I am, but I was well aware there was something strange with me being around kids who seemed like they were desperately needed attention. So I want to say I was more on the higher functioning side because I was very self-aware about my surroundings. I know particularly one student whose speech was a bit impaired. They're a good kid, and I also remember their mother being a recess aid teacher. So his mother was also there too. But unfortunately, he is the reason why I do not like the texture or the sight of saliva of any kind, just anywhere. It's revolting. I'm not gonna get into detail, just know that. Anywho, anger issues. As far as I'm aware, I've always had them, and it's not at a normal rate where I can classify it as just me being mad for no reason. I've noticed it more and more often how it feels when I can tell the anger is about to start boiling up. Things that usually make me angry, especially this, is when I try to fix an issue and it doesn't get resolved. I could do a task, and if something fails, I will simply try to look it up or figure it out. And if the problem becomes clear, I'll be like, oh, okay, that's a simple fix, and so I go to fix it. Only for 2 seconds later, it re-breaks. And no amount of research or help can resolve the situation. At that point, I can literally feel my skin getting hot. And when I get hot, I get agitated. And so if the problem just continues to get worse, I get frustrated to the point I just want to break it. And that's with everything. So, to best explain exactly what I mean, the kind of anger one would have if you get into a car accident because some idiot did not turn the turn signal on is the exact same anger I would have if something fell off my table more than once. I get so angry over the littlest things. Someone keeps texting me when I want the conversation to end, I get mad. If something falls off the table after me several times putting it on the table, it gets thrown. If I try to fix something and no matter what I do, it won't fix itself, I want to destroy it. And it's not as simple as, oh my gosh, it's just annoying. I get visibly frustrated. Telling a story, about a year and a half ago, I wanted to host an event in April. It was going to be a patch event, and I was extremely excited for this because I was going to be doing giveaways and stuff like that. Well, literally the first or second day of April, my computer was not connecting to the monitor and I could not see what was going on. The computer was on, the monitor was not. No amount of adjusting with the wires or the cords was connecting the computer. At this point, I'm thinking, well, shoot, I just broke my freaking computer and I don't know why. Well, I can't do anything right now, and hopefully I can get it fixed within a week. So I'm talking about it, and I'm thinking about just calling somebody or, taking it to a specialist to have the computer fixed. And I'm telling everybody the situation is the computer's on, the monitor is not. Something is not connecting. And, for some strange reason, it's not getting through anyone's head that something is not connecting. At some point, my boyfriend and I think maybe I need a new monitor. My monitor is probably old, and so I need to get a new one. Bear in mind, I'm already mad at this point, and I've already made an outburst, but the second outburst is what really makes the point. So we get a new monitor, it gets here is smaller than the old monitor, unfortunately. And so we hook it up, turn on the computer, and the same thing happens. The computer is not connecting to the monitor. And so I'm thinking the computer's the problem. And not only did I try to test this out 5 minutes before I had to head out to work, the worst job I've ever worked at, but now I can't resolve the situation because I can't sit around to figure out what it is because I have to go to work. And so at this point, I'm so livid. I'm like kicking and throwing stuff around my room. And my boyfriend in the other room is like trying to call somebody to figure out what's going on my monitor. It's frustrating. And yeah, sure, that one's a little bit bigger of a situation, but the aftermath of how I feel. Similar situations could happen when I'm dealing with something on the internet and a program's not working, and I'm freaking out, getting frustrated, my skin's boiling, and I start throwing a tantrum, only for like 2 minutes later I figure out what the situation is and it actually resolves itself permanently. Then I'm just sitting there like an idiot, like, if I had just stayed calm for 2 more seconds, I would have just figured out the problem, and bam, I would have had the situation fixed. But nope, I gotta act like a 5-year-old for 2 seconds because wham, something didn't work my way. It's humiliating. The anger that I have is making other things difficult, including wanting to get a roommate. My boyfriend has already seen my plentiful outbursts that I do over the littlest dumb crap that could easily be resolved if I just, wait 2 seconds, walk away, or anything in that matter. But getting somebody who has no idea who I am to be in the house is definitely not ideal. And my boyfriend and I have looked at an apartment that we would like to live in, but it's a teeny bit too expensive, and a roommate would definitely help things out. However, I can't confidently have somebody we don't know in our house seeing my psychotic butt losing my mind all because, a pencil fell off my table one too many times. I actually stepped in a puddle of water. Oh no, I broke something by accident. It's just the tiniest things. Again, to just reiterate, my anger does not discriminate. It's huge and unnecessary, no matter what the situation is. If someone smashes my car, sure, I'll be mad. If I accidentally left my lunch at home, oh no, I'm just as angry. If I delete a photo and I can't find it on my phone, guess what? I'm losing my mind. There's no amount of items that can make me less angry. And the worst part is when I can feel the anger building up. Sometimes it's just one side to another. Other times I could just feel myself starting to get angry. And you're probably thinking, well, why don't you just take a step back? Come back to it when you're feeling better. If you feel yourself getting angry, why don't you try to do something else to try to take your mind off of it? Because, unfortunately, my brain does not work that way. If I can't resolve the situation right then and there, I'm going to be twice as angry walking away than fixing it when I can. Why? I don't know, but I feel like if I can't fix it right there, it's just going to be a problem for me to come back to. And while that's not logical in the slightest, it's just still how my brain works. It's stupid, I know. It could be just as simple as just walking away, taking a deep breath, and coming back. But I hate doing that. I really do. Because at that point, I also see it as failure. Because I wasn't able to fix it right there, now I have to walk away from it and do something else. And a lot of my stuff is time sensitive, or at least I make it that way. When it shouldn't be, but it is. Needless to say, there's a lot going on in my mental life that makes making the right choices difficult. And for as long as I can remember, I have never had control over my anger. Ever. In fact, I can't even think of anything that could put me at immediate bliss. Animal Crossing, the calmest game ever, can really tick me off, especially the terraforming stuff. How is a game that's supposed to be meant to put you at complete bliss has me rage quitting half the time? It's infuriating. Like, I could not do a gameplay. It's that bad. Some people like the clicks, but as a woman, I just don't think having outbursts and crybaby whining, throwing stuff on the floor is very attractive. It's a side of me that I would love to get rid of. And it's a side of me that I can't stand. It's made me think terrible things. I just would rather replace that part of me with anything else. And part of me believes it's just my way of dealing with anxiety. Some people have the shakes and can't breathe and the whatever else. I unfortunately don't know what that other stuff is. Because my version is just get mad at it, because that's the best way you can deal with it. Just mad at it. Throw whatever it is out of the way and mad at it. And it's the worst thing you could ever feel. I always feel like my anger is on standby, that it never really disappears. Sure, I could be laughing my butt off and having a blissful time, but it doesn't take much at all to boil me up. Just imagine the littlest thing that irritates you, like, oh, that's mildly infuriating, or that could have happened, that could have not happened. Just like, you just stare at something in disbelief about how stupid the situation is, and you just like, oh, okay, I guess. You just move on with your life. But me, it's not that easy. It's never that easy. And I fully believe it might be something underlining issue, but I can't immediately fix it right now because unfortunately getting mental help of any kind costs money. So there's that situation. So right now I'm just kind of dealing with it, and I've always dealt with it. But now I'm more aware of it now, so makes me feel extremely guilty whenever I have my slip-ups. It's the worst feeling I could ever have. And unfortunately, I haven't really met anybody else with the same issue, because nobody really understands it. All they can tell me is, take deep breaths, walk away, feel calm, and carry on. It's not that easy. It really isn't. And I wish people would better understand that. So I guess that's why I'm telling the story now, is because I feel kind of crazy. I don't really know how to put it any other way. I just feel insane. I just wish there was other ways to deal with my anger, but it really isn't. So, as far as I'm aware right now, it's been something I've been dealing with for about 24 years. And it sucks. But hopefully, I can get this all resolved and find out healthy ways to express my anger. Because stress balls don't really do it. I want to break something, not squish something. And if it can't break, I'm just, staring at it. This end card's going to be rather short, as I don't have much to say. But I am going to say that I have an Instagram account and a Facebook account. Although I don't upload a lot of stuff on Facebook, I'm sorry. I try to keep up with it as much as possible. But as far as my Instagram account, I want to try, or at least I have been, using it as a place to host my events. Like this month, next month in April, I'll be hosting another giveaway. To give away some patches is going to be a Pokemon patch giveaway. If you would like more details, I suggest you swing on over to my Instagram account. I'll be talking more about it on Saturday the 2nd of April.